Okay, welcome back to the lecture series on Introduction to AWS. As part of this lecture series, today we will be discussing on how to store objects programmatically, that is through SDK. So, in this we will be majorly focusing on installing an web application on top of S3, then we will be uploading certain images, and whatever images which we will be uploading, those are going to be listed on the same web page. This is a web application which we are going to deploy, and the data is going to be stored on S3. So, prior to making out with the demo, we will be focusing on how this S3 is been provisioning us to store the data onto S3 using the SDK, that is development kit. So, S3 can be accessible using APIs via HTTPS, and this feature will enable you to integrate S3 into your application, any type of application, and basically these provision will facilitate your applications to scale and make your application highly available, as this S3 has its own feature. And basically by default S3 provides certain SDKs for the popular programming languages such as C++, Go, Java, JavaScript, .NET, PHP and Python, as well as for Ruby. For all these popular programming languages, S3 provisions its own SDK. And what operations you can perform via SDK is, you can list all the objects which are stored under buckets under S3, as well as you can perform various CRUD operations, such as you can create a bucket, you can remove a bucket, you can create an object, you can remove an object, you can update an object, or else you can delete an object, as well as you can manage various ACL permission access rules on various objects. So, with this we will be moving towards a demo, and we will be looking at how to deploy a web application and how to upload and how to list the objects from S3 buckets. Let us see what things we require to check in our Lappy or desktop in order to go with web application, this web application. First we need to see whether Git has been installed on our local machine. Then we will be seeing whether Node is installed, and the third one is AWS CLI. These are the three things which you need to check on your local machine, whether they have got installed on your local machine or not. So, for checking that, I will be opening my command prompt, just maximize, yeah. Just check whether Git is installed, just type Git, Git is not recognized. So, get back to the browser, any browser, Git, hit enter. You can see Git downloads, just open this and you can click on downloads thing. Then as my PC has Windows operating system, so I will go with Windows. By default it will be showcasing you, you can click on this by recognizing your 64-bit operating system, you can click on this. Once it gets downloaded, try to install Git. Just keep on clicking on next until you find install. Once you find install, then just click on install. Fine. Now Git has got successfully installed. Oh, cancel. This is second time installing. Yes. Fine. Now get back to the command prompt. Let's check Git version. okay. It might be due to the environmental setup which we have to perform. Get into C drive, program files, check for Git. Okay. Just copy the path where it got installed. Right click on your this PC, go to properties, advanced system settings, over here to the right, open advanced system settings. Now click on environmental variables, then new. Yeah, actually I do have path, so I will be opening path, new. Just set up the path over here of Git, click on OK. Okay, let's check. Just you need to close the command prompt, open it once again, so that you have made certain change. Yeah, now it's working. So this has been got working. Second thing is node. Let's check node is installed in your local machine or not. Node -v, no, node is also not recognized. Get back to the browser, open a new tab. Over here, just open nodejs.org/en, hit enter. Yeah, you can download your nodejs LTS. Once it gets downloaded, just install the nodejs. Click on next. I accept the license agreement. Next, 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 install. Finish. Just check once again nodejs, node-v, it is not recognized. Once again the same thing, get into program files, you can find nodejs over here, just open nodejs, copy the URL, get back to the advanced system settings, click on advanced system settings, environment variables, path, just open your path, new, just paste the path over here of nodejs, so that system could recognize where your node has got installed. Just close the command prompt, open it once again, just try to see node-v version. Yeah, so node has got installed properly. What about AWS CLI? Yeah, it is already pre-installed. If this thing is been coming, just like if you want to use S3 API, then you can use S3, this one, AWS S3, like this, if you want to access S3. If in your case, if AWS CLI is not installed, then you can get back to aws.amazon.com/CLI. You can see here download and run for Windows in order to install your CLI. Click on 64-bit, it gets downloaded, then just click on next and finish to install your CLI. So once the setup is ready, first thing is I will get back to the browser and open my GitHub repository. Sorry. Just I will close these windows which are not necessary. Yeah, over here I will be opening my GitHub github.com/Vishal Reddy 1612/gallery. Hit enter. Okay, I had already uploaded a web application onto my GitHub. Just dropped on this HTTPS, copy, get back to your command prompt, git clone. Prior to that, we will move to our desktop. Over here, CLS, I will make a directory over here named web, cd web. So, now in this directory, I will be cloning my web application. Clone, git clone and paste the URL of git. It is cloning entire objects. Just let us see whether it has cloned all the files. Yes, gallery is a directory, cd gallery dir. Yes, index package and server, all the files has got cloned into my local machine, the web application. The next thing what we have to do is, being in gallery, now we need to install the Express. How to install? npm install Express. To run your Node web application. Okay. So, it has got installed. Now, what we can do is, we can get into our account of AWS dashboard. This is my AWS dashboard. Over here, we need to configure the access key for AWS. Why we need to configure that? Because if I am telling AWS S3 ls, it throws an error for me saying that your AWS access key ID is not yet set. So, we need to set that particular thing. So, how to set that? Get back to your dashboard. You can see security credentials over here. Once you click on your account name, at the last bottom, security credentials. Just scroll down, you can see access keys, create an access key over here. Yeah, done. Now, you can copy the access key for your account. Oh, sorry. In order to configure that, AWS configure, to configure your access keys. It asks me access key ID, pasting the access key ID. It is asking me secret key. I will be copying this, hit enter. I will be using a region US East 1, it is your choice, whichever region you want to choose, JSON, the default format. So, by this, if I will be running AWS S3 ls, this time it will not going to throw me any error. So, we had set our AWS configuration. Now, create a bucket over here, S3. Name your bucket. Today is 19th June 2024, Vishal. ACLs enabled. I am unchecking the block all access, acknowledge, just click on create bucket. Now your bucket is created, your environment is set, you had cloned your web application. Now it is time to connect your web application with S3. So this is my bucket name, or else I can go back to my S3, I can see the bucket name 19 June 2024 Vishal. So what I will be doing is, now I will be connecting my web application to the S3 bucket. So how to do that? Node server.js, this is a file in my code, and 19th June 2024 Vishal, hit enter. So it is asking me whether to allow the access. Yes, allow the access. So my website can be accessed on this particular URL. Just go back to the browser, open the browser, localhost 88. So now you can see that my web application is ready. So it is asking me to upload any image which can list the images. So just we will test it by having our own pictures. No saved pictures over here. Camera roll, I don't think so. Any desktop. Just I will upload this desktop. What image? Do we have any images? No, we don't have an image. What we will do? We will download an image from the browser. It's a image from the browser. Images. Just save image. Okay, on desktop or downloads. Okay, save. So I had saved an image over here. Now choose the file from downloads. Yeah, this one, and upload. Click on upload. So if everything goes fine, then the image has got uploaded and it has been displaying the image over here. If you are getting back to the dashboard, if you are opening the bucket, you can see unique ID has been created for our image. If you are selecting this, open, then you can see the same picture. So this is how a web application can be deployed and it can be accessed using S3, a clear cut demo. That's it.